multi-planet species. What are the terms of what we would discover along the way?
Well, I think being able to really, have heavy-duty science research on the moon and on Mars, where you could really just go anywhere you want, to drill core samples anywhere you want. I think we'd learn a tremendous amount as compared to having to send, fairly small vehicles with limited scientific instrumentation. Which is what we currently do for Mars and the Moon. So just having people there who can dynamically decide what they're going to do, and really being able to analyze the whole history of the planet, I think we'll learn a tremendous amount. And that would obviously extend over time through at least the greater solar system. I studied physics because I was just trying to find out what's the universe all about? How does it work? Where did it come from? Why are we here? I actually kind of got sort of depressed at one point because I was like, man, this doesn't seem to be any meaning to life. It just seems to be like, and then I made the mistake of like reading the German philosophers as a teenager. That made it was quite depressing. But then I read Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is really a book in philosophy disguised as humor. And he makes the point that, the question is harder than the answer. And really, basically, the answer is the universe. And we kind of need to figure out like what questions to ask about the answer to that is the universe. And that's the question is the hard part. And then the answer is easier by comparison. So I'm like, I don't know, like why are we here? How do we get here? Is this real? Is this is this a simulation or something? At least if we go to these other planets, we'll make the simulators work harder and have to buy more computers to run the simulation or something. I think it's and if we are able to at least be like a multi-planet species within our solar system, then hopefully we can develop the technology to send probes to other star systems, and eventually maybe send people, although that's tough, but we can certainly send robot probes to all the nearby star systems, and try to figure out what's the meaning of life and what's going on, and are there any aliens out there?
This is a scam, History Bird. It is because
where are aliens?
You can tell that this is actually not the actual SpaceX channel. You can go to the channel and realize that they're not streaming live.
Do you have time for a question or two more?
Also, this was a pre-recorded video that came out months ago.
All right.
Also, SpaceX never will ask you for money like this. The name is not together. And to top it all off, I'm subscribed to SpaceX. And actually, no, on a side note, it takes you to a website that doesn't have a terms of service and does not identify as a SpaceX website.
As a development tool. When do you think you will be able to start selling Starship launches at prices significantly less expensive than Falcon 9, say 5 to 10 times less?
Sure. Actually, I think it's not that far away. I think probably 2 years from now. Our rate of progress on Starship is very rapid, like I said, we're actually getting ready to do our first global launch attempt within the next few months. We're expecting our license approval from the FAA around the end of this year, and then so that probably means a launch attempt in January or perhaps February. And then we're actually building the factory to make lots of Starships and make lots of engines in parallel. So there will be many vehicles. The engine build rate is currently the biggest constraint on how many vehicles we can make, because there are currently 29 engines on the booster, and there will be 33 even at a higher thrust level. That means so 33 engines per booster, and these are big engines. These are the Raptor 2 is a roughly 240-ton thrust engine. So we're talking like 500 or 600 1,000-pound thrust engines.
Go right here. So.
Yeah, so really quite intense.
It isn't him. He isn't the one scamming you.
In fact, I'd say that building the production system for Starship is much harder than the design of the Starship.
You can see the name right here.
But we have that in progress, and we intend to do hopefully a dozen launches next year.
I believe lower.
Maybe more. If we're successful with it being fully reusable, it means that we build up the fleet just as we are with the Falcon 9 and the Falcon 9 booster, which is reused.
People have realized it already. You can
we lose the upper stage every time, but we almost always recover the booster. So
Spacex, the website.
So basically, we intend to complete like the test flight program next year, which means that it's probably ready for valuable payloads that are not kind of in the test
website. Actually,
not for testing basically, but actual
website, and they're asking you for
real payloads in 2023. So quite soon.
Great, thank you so much.
All right.
Next question from Ned Wright. Ned, I think you're still muted.
So it's not him. It's just a random person who's impersonating SpaceX. That's what it is. It isn't actually like him doing it. It's somebody faking SpaceX. But you know, you can see because it says SpaceX.net. But you know. But yeah, they'll ask you for Bitcoin because it's untraceable. So they just ask you you send them to an address and they get out of there before YouTube can get them. But there's so many people watching the stream because it's verified. YouTube accidentally verified it. But you know, oh, we have some more viewers. Oh, no, I guess not. But for people who are tuning in,
already having a huge impact.
Fake the stream. This is not actually them. This is a fake person impersonating SpaceX. It's accidentally got verified by YouTube, and they're asking for untraceable Bitcoin. We are, because so many people are doing it. There's like 1,000 people on there.
The telescope.
But yeah, this stream is a complete scam. I saw it right before I donated. Good thing. So, yeah, like it shows fake people going in and out. The Bitcoin, well, it might actually be real and it might be people falling for it. The website doesn't have a terms of service, doesn't have an address, doesn't have any rights reserved, doesn't have any rules. They're completely impersonating SpaceX. And they have an address, which is non-traceable unless I can trace it right now, which would be incredibly awesome.
then you could have one ship up there that it effectively just turns into a propellant depot, and then you send tankers up there to dock and transfer propellant. And so it should be able to be there for a while, and then whatever ship you want to go to the moon, you go up and dock with the depot, transfer propellant, and off you go. So that's a rough plan. We're pretty good at docking at this point. We've docked with the space station a couple dozen times, and the space station is a very difficult thing to dock with because we don't control both sides of it, so that is very challenging docking. Whereas docking with our own vehicle is comparatively easier.
Yeah, but both of these technologies have really only been demonstrated on very, very small scale. So your scale is a lot larger, and I think poses other problems. So good luck in solving those.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'll just sort of